In a relationship, there are two people. And in order for that relationship to be healthy, both people have to be healthy. And sometimes in order to do that, you have to take a hard look at yourself and address issues or traumas that happened in your life. There's no way around it. Believe me, I've tried. I've tried every which way but directly to it. And if you don't address it, it's just going to manifest. It's just going to create unnecessary issues in your life. And in the end, you can waste a lot of time and a lot of years being unhappy when there's no reason for it. I had a 22-year marriage, 23 years total, with a very toxic person. By the time I got through that, there was some damage that was done. And in fact, the last 3 months of that marriage, from the time I came out to the time I moved out, was probably one of the most traumatic periods in my life. So I thought, though, okay, I'm out, I'm free, I'm proud, I'm gay, yay, everything's going to be great. And I'm in love, and Don and I move in together, and we start our life together, and I don't think about my ex anymore because I'm done. I'm done. Once that divorce was finalized, I put him and everything, 24 years in a box, I put it on a shelf, and I'm not dealing with that anymore because I made it out. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't make it out because the stink came out of the box and came into the life that I was trying to create with my wife. And old messages, old habits, old trauma, everything seeped through because I refused to deal with what happened. Not talking about it does not help it go away. Being open and honest and authentic, that is where you start. And that is where I'm starting. I spent the last few years in therapy. I've dealt with my childhood and the abuse from my childhood, and I skipped right over my marriage, my old marriage, and thought, well, I did all the work in my childhood, I should be good. Why are all these things popping up? Why do I keep having these reactions? Why does this trigger me? What's going on? Why can I not find that real, true happiness that I long for? I mean, I have a great life. I have a great wife. We have great kids. We get to do our own thing. We run our own businesses. Why do I still feel this underlying miserable? And it's basically because in that 22-year marriage to this very toxic, I now understand, narcissist, I was told over and over and over again what a horrible person I was. I did everything wrong. Everything was my fault. It was unbelievable that I had that kind of power and yet felt so helpless at the same time. And the beauty of it, and the beauty of narcissists, is they turn it around and make you feel like you did it, and they're the victim, and they have no power, and they have no voice, and poor me, and poor me. All the meanwhile, they're running a scam on you. It took me a lot of years after, 6 years after coming out and leaving that marriage, to fully understand the effect that that person had on me, and what I need to do to be healthy. The message basically is, Dawn's favorite expression, handle your shit. You have to handle your shit. You do not leave bad relationships without some stuff on you. And it's important for you to get help. It's important for you to talk about it and to not ignore it. Ignoring it does not make the problem go away. I was married to a man who made it his mission to control everything about our lives and me. I'm not very easily controlled, so I feel really stupid sitting here right now talking to you about coming out of a relationship, 22 years of marriage, being controlled, and not even really understanding that's what was happening. because I fought back. And when I got angry enough and started cursing or even throwing a chair across the room, then it was my fault that the whole thing happened. Time and time again, everything was my fault. And when you're told you're a bad mother, you're a horrible spouse, you're an unsympathetic person, one of the things he said to me right before I left the house is, your girlfriend's going to dump your ass when she finds out what a bitch you are. Really. And you know what? The most messed up part of that is I believed him. I believed him. And so I go off on this new life, and I carry that with me. And every step of the way, I'm waiting for my girlfriend to dump me, my now wife, to dump me, because she's going to find out what a horrible bitch I am. And in fact, everything that's wrong in the world and in her life is my fault. This is the type of messed up thing that narcissist, I can't even say the word, it makes me so mad, narcissist, do to you. Find the resources, they're out there, and don't keep things quiet. That was part of the problem that I had. I didn't tell anybody for 22 years what was going on in my house at all. So I felt so ashamed by what was happening and so stupid a lot of times, and also so beaten down, and kind of thought that everything was my fault after a while. I just never said anything to anybody. And that is the biggest problem. If you're stuck in a situation, speak up. Go to your friends, go to your family. There's resources out there. Get out of the relationship. It's bullshit, and it's never going to get any better. I always try to be the best wife I could, and maybe if I did this, and maybe if I tried that, and maybe if I gave in to this, it would get better. It would just get better. Suck it up. You made this vow. You have to stay. You made this bed. You have to lie in it. It never got any better. In fact, it got worse. The older he got, the worse he got. And finally, in the very end, I just was like, fuck this bullshit. And I had to leave. Unfortunately, I packed some of the bullshit with me. And that's the point of my video today. You never leave a toxic situation without something stuck to you. And if you really want to be healthy and have a healthy relationship and be authentic and feel free, you need to get the help that's out there. You need to get help for yourself. You need to seek out your therapist. There's really good ones out there. And begin rebuilding your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and rewiring the voice in your head that's telling you you're no good, or you are the cause of every problem that ever happens, or whatever other crap that got stuck in your head. I know I have a pile of it in mine. It's okay to have a trauma that fucked you up. I don't think most people want to admit that. I don't think most people know that that's okay. It is okay. What's not okay is not addressing it, not looking at it, and not trying to move through it so that you can be happy and live a full, productive life and feel free. That's not okay. Look, I know it's scary. I'm doing it. I'm doing it with sweaty palms and racing heart. But I promise you, trust the process, trust yourself. All those things that were told to you, they were lies. They were not true. You are valuable and you are loved and you are worth it. You need to choose you and stop listening to the voices in your head that just create chaos and confusion. You can do it.